Probably won't remove that just yet. Here he is. The little... Oh, that's so disrespectful. Oh, the little Irish leprechaun. It's coming to join me.
Hello, Bigara.
Hello, Bigara. Hello, how are you? How are you doing there yourself?
We're doing great. We're doing great.
Oh, my headphones aren't working properly. I'm fucked. Hang on a sec. Oh, there we go. I've got you now. Hello, g'day, and welcome to the channel. Thank you very, very much for joining me. It'll be a sort of 25 minutes, little chatty Rooney. But that did remind me when I saw you there, I thought, shit, I've still got to do that interview with. So what I'm going to do is off the fly. And if you don't mind answering, if you don't want to answer a question, then don't do it.
Sure.
So, is your full name Edward, or were you actually christened Eddie?
No, I was christened Edward.
Edward. Yes, sir. Of course you were. Now, and also you're going to have to forgive me for doing that because I've known many Irish people. I know, and I do know that you don't mind the piss taken out of you, because if somebody from Birmingham was to come on my channel and talk to me like that, you know what I mean? Like, all right, like the Creaky Blinder.
Sorry about you, pigeons.
See, I find that offensive. Yes, I do. No, I don't actually. No, that's fine. All right, Edward. Okay, this is going to be on the fly interview. In fact, I'm getting a bit warm. Let me just take my top off. Not take my top off. Actually, I've got to take my double top off because I'm wearing a T-shirt that actually has my surname on it. So I have to just throw a quick. That'll do.
Are we getting hot flashes or something? What's going on?
I do, but the T-shirt I had underneath actually has, it's a thing you wouldn't understand. So that's my surname. But okay, so we are Edward, and how many? Again, I'm going to ask you a question. If you say I'm not going to answer that, that's fine. So, how many siblings do you have?
I have. I'm the youngest of 3 siblings.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're like me, the baby. I'm the baby of 4.
Yeah.
All right. Now, one important question I think my viewers would like to know is, do your older siblings, do they play instruments?
Oh, no.
No. So you are the only person with talent in your family. That's basically what you're saying. You're basically saying that my other siblings are absolutely fucking useless because I'm the only person with talent in my family. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
I wasn't expecting that.
That's true. I mean, you know.
I was expecting you to say, no, my eldest sister has a PhD doctorate in astrophysicist, and my brother. Jesus Christ. Okay. I love
our 2 older sisters.
2 older sisters. All right. So one has a PhD doctorate in astrophysicist, and
they're completely fucking useless to deal with them.
Oh my god! Oh shit! I feel like Parkinson. I feel like Parkinson when he interviewed Rod Hull and Emu. Oh my god. You'll know that reference.
I
Now,
do.
not putting an absolute figure on it, but I'm going to look at you. Now, with me being an ex-police officer and having to do judgments about ages and things like that, I'm going to ping you as mid-30s.
Thank you. Well, no.
I'm going to go as far as about 38, and something's fucking around. Something's fucking around in my ear. I'm going to ping you at 39.
Thank you again. Well, no.
I was being generous. I reckon you're about 42, 43, something like that.
43 is bang on.
That was my initial thought, but I was going to play to your strengths, play to your better side. Obviously, born in Ireland, because there's no way you could fake that accent for 43 years. 3 siblings, 2 older sisters. How was that growing up? I did have one older, my mother's daughter, and we don't talk anymore. That's why she's called my mother's daughter. But how was that? How was that growing up with 2 older females in the house? They do all the lipstick and makeup and all that shit. Were you subject to that?
I wasn't thankfully I wasn't subject to that, but I mean it was actually a rough childhood, like with the other things that they would bully me and they would abuse me physically and mentally.
Okay. Do I need to take a serious? No, I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to keep it light. So what I'm guessing here is they used to use you as a guinea pig when they had choices between underwear and dresses and gloves and color of fingernail polish. They used to use you as their guinea pig. Is that right?
Well, they wouldn't go that far, and I wouldn't allow it to go that far. I mean, like they can they can pretty much take a fucking run and jump if they wanted to do that. But,
I have a wee confession. I've got 2 very good cousins of mine. My mum was the youngest of 6, and her sister was my auntie Margaret, who unfortunately passed away a few months ago. But her 2 daughters, June and Lorraine, I used to mix with them because we were pretty close in age, and I would go over and not play. Don't get me wrong when I say I used to play with June and Lorraine, but
oh yeah,
they
drink tea.
But like a 10-year-old going to play with his cousins. But yeah, that they would just go right. They used to play with me, and we used to do all sorts of situations and crazy. And yes, but they would not pin me down because I actually quite liked it. But they would put nail polish on me and play with my hair and do things like that, and it was kind of fun. It was, but it's just the way you socialize with your, with your extended family. But obviously, when your sisters are doing that to you, that's a little bit concerning. So, what else can I ask? So you're 43. You're 10 years younger than me. Your aspirations when you were at school. What subjects did you study at school?
Well, I studied art, geography, science, biology, chemistry, um, the physics. I
Wow.
studied marine biology. I studied Irish, obviously, English, maths, history.
History. Yep. Yep. Love history.
Um,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 10. That'll be about right.
yeah,
So we're doing the biology, the chemistry, the physics, and the marine biology. Surely that was that a direction? Was that a plan? Was that where you wanted to head?
yeah. I mean, there's still hope for that, but like, I mean, I mean, like my main dream was always music. You know, I mean, music for
That's
for,
very
for
interesting. I'm
yeah,
gonna cut you off there. You said art, geography, um, biology, chemistry, physics, marine biology, English, maths, history. Not once did you mention in there music.
yeah.
So when did music sort of
It was always a side project. Like 33 years, I've been doing like I learned like I taught myself like to uh how to play, how to sing, like what's the little nuances here and there as regards to like what to do on the guitar. And
all right, so 70, you're 43. I was born in 70. That means you were born in 80. So you were very very, very much influenced by the 80s music growing up.
yeah,
So the New Romantics, the Whams, the Human Leagues, the ABCs, the Heaven 17s, the Tears of Fears, the Simply Reds. So
uh,
you were obviously very, very much influenced. Um, but you play the guitar now, which is interesting because a lot of those bands, definitely from the 80s, I would, apart
keyboard.
from, apart from, I would say people like Queen, Dire Straits. I'm thinking of bands that play guitars. So that's only a few. So you must have reflected back into the 70s, back to
Yeah.
people like Peter Frampton, Kiss. Um, so you must have done your research then.
Yeah, I mean, I goes like with my music history. Like I would go back as far as the 1930s, and indeed like the 1700s as well.
Okay, you
where you have Chopin, Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, all those guys.
on the piano,
Yeah.
but you obviously
But you see, here's the thing. Like my first instrument was actually the keyboard.
Mm. And you have picked, I mean, probably four of the best keyboardists that have ever lived. I mean, they must have shaped modern music because without those guys, I mean, Chopin's a little bit different. Chopin's a bit more of a,
Yeah.
whereas Beethoven and Mozart, they wrote symphonies and operas for the whole orchestra. So, but that's very, very interesting. I can kind of see where you're coming from with that. But that's wow. I was not expecting you. I was expecting you to go back to the 1950s,
Yeah.
60s with Chuck Berry and um, uh, sort of people like that who Thin Lizzy, things like that with the guitar. But for
Yeah.
you to go right back to the 1700s with Chopin and Beethoven, that took me a little bit by surprise. I should have probably sent you the questions beforehand. But no, that's really, really interesting. So is that where your um
Actually, fun fact: Elvis Presley. He was taught a lot of Tchaikovsky stuff.
he was, and he was also a very good friend with, was it Chuck Berry, or it was another, oh, it was another black guy, another, I can't remember because I watched the film.
Was um,
Uh,
Ray Charles,
yes,
wasn't it?
yes. So yeah, so and obviously Ray Charles had and must have had an incredible influence, like you said, from
Mm.
Chopin and Beethoven. I'm sorry, you've kind of took me a little bit by surprise with that answer. So how did it develop? So how did so from the age of 10, you've obviously loved music. I do remember I was very good at the cello. I had cello lessons during school time. They had to take it. What was his name? Mr. Can't remember, but he had to take you out of lessons to go and do the cello lesson, and then you'd go back. And it got to, I think, third year. You wouldn't remember third year because it's a different language, but it interfered with my physics, and I said no. I says I can't miss physics. I want physics, and so I dropped the cello. I didn't drop it, like literally.
Mm.
I did leave it on a bus once. I did actually physically leave my cello on a bus. Took it home for practice one night, came back the next day, put it in the luggage carrier, went upstairs. I'm only 13 at this time. Went upstairs, had a laugh and a joke with the guys, came downstairs, we're all laughing and joking. I got off the bus, and it's like that moment where you do sort of Fag's phone wallet
Yeah.
moment. I'm sure I had something. It was my fucking cello sitting on the bus. So I had to chase the bus down for about 50 yards, banging on the side, going, "My cello! It's my cello! My cello's there!" So luckily, I did get my cello back. But okay, so going back, you're 10 years old. You're teaching something. Who's? But seriously, who's teaching you? Someone must have been giving you some hints and tips and guidance.
Well, it was actually my cousin. My three cousins actually. They were like that. They started out doing the piano, and like when I stayed in their house, I just said, I just dawned to me. I just said, I need to do this, and I need to take a passion in it. I need to have commitment in it, and I took flight from there.
Okay. One of the things for me, when I was very young, I did the trumpet. I got a little bit older. I did the guitar. I did a little bit older. I did the violin, and then I moved on to the cello. But what that taught me from the trumpet to guitar to violin to cello was to read music. Now, reading music is obviously imperative when you're playing any instrument. I can't even remember the names, but a note, then a demi note, and a joined note. I can't remember anything because I haven't played an instrument since I can't remember when. So who, how, why? No, not why. Who, how taught you to read music? Because it's not easy.
Yeah. It was again. It was actually my cousin. Like like she was starting off, and it was, and she just said, you know what, the first lesson you gotta teach yourself is always keep it simple. So let's say, for argument's sake, like where to start and where to finish. So when I was doing the keyboard, if you can like bring up an image of a like the keys, I'll show you exactly, and maybe like your audience can learn something as well.
Just give me a moment. I love this. Piano is definitely something I've always wanted to learn, and I have bought numerous. And ex-Mrs. Chuck will tell you that I have bought numerous keyboards, and I've just left them in the room and fucking not bothered with them. Keyboard images. Oh no, piano. I mean, you put in keyboard these days, and it just takes you to a computer.
Keyboard or piano. I mean, it's all the one anyway.
My computer does not want to play. All right. Do you need the full 88 keys or just a?
Oh, just a basic. I mean, you can bring up the 88 keys. I mean, the
88 keys. All right.
As I say, I mean, it's only really to like to start, like to
Here we go.
let's start and then the finish.
All right. Let's. I don't know if I'm going to make that bigger. Oh, here we go. Dragon, you're just going to have to hang on a wee moment if you don't mind. Right. There we go.
Now, right. So now you see where the like we're just focusing on the center here, right?
Isn't this C round about here? Isn't this C? I think.
Yeah, like this is what I'm about to teach you. So you see.
Oh, here we go. That's better.
So you see where the three black keys are, right?
These ones?
Right there, right now. Right, the last two of those black keys, right? What's in the middle of that is your A,
Ah,
right?
okay.
And then you go B, C, D, E, F, G.
Okay. So, right. So, key 40. I can't read that. Well, let me see if I can increase that. Hang on a sec. I think it's control.
Yeah, you have a better image up in the corner, but yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, A3. I think that says
A, right? A is there, right?
Yeah.
And then you go
B,
C, D,
D,
E,
E,
F,
F,
G,
G. Okay.
and then it starts all over again.
Yep.
And that's basically like the start of it. Like that. Like that's just like the basics of how you start.
Oh,
With
so
your notes.
so me with my OCD symmetrically looking at this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that is quite literally. It is quite literally the center of the keyboard.
Yeah.
Ah. So the note range from A to G is the center of the keyboard.
So you see the lowest note, which is like the far left, the very far left. That's your A.
Mm-hmm.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. And then you go like then it starts again. A, B,
Yep.
C, D, E, and so on.
Shit! Sorry, my bad. Let me just.
That's okay.
Yep. So A, B, C, D.
So you, I mean, you basically, like, I mean, you more or less have the basics there, you know.
Yep. And the black keys are the flats.
They can be they can be the flats, but they can also be the sharps as well.
If you press the pedal.
So if you're going like with the flat keys, like they would be low, like they'd be from the center down, right, which is basically
Which is there.
from the center to your left.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sharp keys will be from the center to your right.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought that they were all flats, and then when you press the pedal, they become sharps. Ah, so this is your flat, and that's
You see,
your sharp.
You see, the pedals are basically like the right one, I believe, is like your hard notes, and the left one is your light notes, I think.
It because when you press it, it just goes. It doesn't go doing. It goes doink. It's sort of like an off. Yeah. and that's when you do chopsticks. Dun 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 dun. Oh my god! So that's flat in that show. I
I
thought.
mean, chopsticks is mainly played with the black keys anyway. So.
Oh no! I watched a movie the other day, and it was live, and they were doing the white keys. But that's
Okay.
interesting. That's interesting. I love that. Well, you have taught me. I'm going to write this shit down, by the way. A3 to G3 is center, and black notes flat, black notes sharps. Right, that's it. Eddie, I'm going to have to, because it's 10 o'clock and I've got to be up at 5:30 tomorrow. So I've got to get 8 hours sleep. Eddie, thank you so much. Just before you disappear, don't go anywhere. And
Like how bad they are, but it's but they do it in a way where you can like, I mean, they're there for the most vulnerable people in our society.
Mhm.
And
so the sort of without
they're basically giving the voice to the voiceless.
Yeah. So without putting a label on it, vagrants, unemployed, that sort of people, and saying, "Hey, look, you guys have this much money. You know, come on, share the love."
Yeah.
Okay. I again, no disrespect to yourself, to Ireland, and basically to the rest of the world. I don't really do politics.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know if I've told you this before. That there are
but,
three rules.
yeah.
I'm sorry. There are three rules on my channel: no religion, no politics, and no COVID. Those are the three rules.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying, and that sounds. But it just struck me when I heard about Sinn Féin in New Zealand. So it's making world news, and I was like, wow. Because as you will know, 30, 40, 50 years ago, you can't talk about Sinn Féin. But it obviously seems that they've maybe turned a corner in their thinking. Your thoughts?
Yeah, that would be fair to say. I mean, a lot of the things you hear in the news anyway, like it would be more or less propaganda. It's but I mean, yeah. I mean, like I can, like, I mean, with Sinn Féin, I can kind of see the appeal, but like that, I mean, there are, like, to be honest with you, there is more popular ones. Like, I mean, like, and you're speaking to a person that is on the ground, and saying,
Mm.
No,
exactly, and that's exactly why I'm asking this question, because it's like I said, when I heard this on the news in New Zealand, 12,000 miles away from you, to hear the word Sinn Féin, first of all, on my radio was like, fuck, I haven't heard that for about 20 years. But it just seems they've turned full circle. Obviously, from memory, the last instant that we had sorry, that you had in Ireland from memory would have been Armagh. Would that is that fair to say? Is
Yeah. Let's see. Earliest memory, like that, like the last I've heard is probably early to mid 90s. Would that be fair?
yep, yep. So that probably. Um, oh, actually, I can tell you an absolute genuine story. Um, when I was a police officer in the West Midlands Police, we had a car parked up in a place, a central place in Birmingham called Dale End, and the police did receive a phone call, and it was a coded phone call, and you know exactly what that means, from the 3 letters, and we were able to secure that vehicle and disable it before any issues. But it was from our 3-letter friends. That was 19. No, 2001, 2002, because I was a public order trained officer and a van driver, and I was on the van. So that would have been 2001 when we had a vehicle in Birmingham, and not a million miles away from the original 3-letter friend bombing. It was only shit.
Like,
Would have been about 600, 700 meters away from the original.
So what was it? So take me back. What? I, I don't believe the name of that pub was mentioned, was it? Like
No, oh,
with the Birmingham Six.
no, that pub's long gone. It was long gone. But where the vehicle was parked was around about 600 or 700 meters away from where it used to be, and I'm desperately trying to think of the name of that pub. It was called the something. I can Google it, but I'm not going to Google it. Because we're having a conversation. But where that pub was, it was literally 700 meters to the west, and this vehicle was parked there. It was parked next to actually the hippodrome, the Birmingham Hippodrome, which produces live shows and theatres and things like that. And we got the call, and we had to cordon basically the whole of Birmingham. The whole of Birmingham was shut down for a few hours. I got called in, or my team got called in. My division was not part of Birmingham. We were southwest of Birmingham, probably about 15, 20 miles away. But we had to be assembled. We had to provide a team, and I was on that team. I was the driver. I was in charge, and we had to cordon everything. And I think from memory, the vehicle, I think it was I'm sparking a bit of a memory here. I think it was a BMW. It was a BMW 323, I think. and the bomb squad went in and they detonated it. They they did the robot thing, and there was a bomb in there, but it was subdued and disconnected. But and this would have been 2001, 2002. But it was a real threat. It was a real 3-letter threat back then. So that was 20 years ago, 21, 22 years ago. But it was still a real threat, and it was treated as, and Birmingham was evacuated, basically. I remember it. I remember it distinctly. Anyway, so obviously, I love having this conversation. I technically do not do politics, religion, and COVID, but this is not really a political discussion. This is just memories, from what you remember, from what I remember. But I will look into that. I'll do my research and I'll try and find. And I think I broke my pen. Boom. I think we got it diffused. I'm pretty sure we got it. It didn't go off, but it was a scary time. It was a scary time, and I think, was I married at the time? Yes, I think I was married. So it might have been 2004.
So it says here it was a nightclub on a small brook Queensway.
Smallbrook, Queensway, yes. Oh, it wasn't Dayland. It was Smallbrook, Queensway. Yes. It was a maroon BMW 323, 325.
Yeah, it was near the corner of Horst Street.
Horse Street, yep. Oh, Hurst Street, yep. Hurst Street. Oh, yeah. So it technically was Dayland. Smallbrook, Queensway, and Hurst Street, outside the Hippodrome. No, it wasn't outside the Hippodrome. No, it was on Smallbrook, Queensway. Yes. Yep. I remember where it was.
So yeah, it's there.
And I was posted fucking close to it because I was in the van. Because we had the vans parked not around it, but the vans had to be close so we could pick the guys up. Oh, fuck, it was a horrible time. Yes, Smallbrook, Queensway, yes. Maroon BMW 323 or 325. Something
323, it says.
32. Four-door maroon BMW. Yeah. Scary to be that close to that shit.
Memories, hey.
And they sent the pretty sure they sent the the armored thingy, trucky,
the robot
thingy in, and yeah. Yep, I was there. Yep. Fuck. Who would be a police officer these days? Seriously.
Yeah.
All right. Eddie, thank you very much. Like I said, I'm going to chop this video up tomorrow. I'll put up the actual edited video where we are having the conversation. Thank you so much for answering those questions. I'm going to turn the page and I'm going to write a whole bunch of further questions, and I hope you'll answer them. And on the flip side of that, I hope that you will also challenge me and ask me some questions so we can do a reverse interview.
Sounds good.
All right, perfect. Shit, I really need to go to bed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eddie. I will chop this video down tomorrow and just make it a really decent, interesting video, and hopefully we'll get some views and get some interest, and we will promote you a lot. I mean, you don't need promoting because you're pretty popular. Hello, Purple Sky. Sorry, I completely missed you there, Kimbles. But yeah, we'll have a further chat, like I say, and also a reverse chat. I like you. I like you a lot. Your music is amazing. And by the way, when I made that comment about your singing, I was just taking the piss. I remember making that comment. I was just being a dick and just taking the piss. You've got a great voice. Your guitar skills are absolutely 100% amazing. And I think you're a great bloke. So hopefully we can take this conversation a wee bit further.
Yes. And we will.
Awesome. All right, guys. Right, Eddie, I'm going to drop you down and let you go. Thank you very much. And I'll see you hopefully in a few days on your
Sunday at 12.
Your Sunday at 12.
20 minutes from now at 12 on Sunday.
Perfect. All right. Go on. Get out of my face now. All right. Thank you so much. I obviously appreciate Eddie catching up. The Devon part of this video, that'll be for me. I need to dissect it. I loved people's comments that were in Devon's video. I'm on my own now, so I don't need headphones. To be sure. That was actually a really good stream. I loved that. And I just want to do this so much more. And I just wasted, obviously, a whole bunch of time on Devon. And I've chewed up my hours for this month. So we need to come up with a plan. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Those guys, Liz, Cheeky Monkey, Eddie, obviously, Jamie Pentanal, Deadpool, Liz D, and all of those others that jumped in. Artashan Union, PJC, DJN, Southern Bell, all you guys that jumped in and made some comments. I 100 million % appreciate you. You don't know how much that means to me. So thank you very much. I'm going to chop this video up. It's going to go unlisted. So I'm talking to myself basically. And thank you, and I will see you on the next video. G'day.